Hey guys, it's Nikki, and welcome again to my podcast, my Queen Me Show. And today I usually have a guest, but I just, wanted to share a little bit about, who I am and my story, and hope you guys, get inspired by, after listening to today. So, a little bit about me. I am originally from the Bay Area. I was born in Daly City, and I still have a lot of family out there. My grandfather is still there. I have a lot of cousins in the Oakland area, and I was born in San Francisco. And after that, I moved to where did I move? To Vallejo, and Vallejo is where I mainly spent my childhood. And I still, keep in touch with a lot of my friends out there. And, living in Vallejo was super fun. We lived by Six Flags, and the reason why I want to share you guys a little bit about my story and childhood is because the way I was raised and, super family oriented, that is the reason why I am the woman I am today. And I know I have, my family watching this and my friends, and I just want to let you guys know that, I'm super blessed to have all of you guys in my life. And it's been, an amazing journey so far. And, I turn 27 next month. That's so crazy. But anyways, yes, I am. I grew up in Vallejo, and super fun childhood. I went to a Christian school. It was called North Hills, and that is where my love for basketball started. And a lot of you guys know that I do play basketball, and I started when I was a super young girl. I played it at North Hills, sixth grade, all of middle school, basically. And it wasn't until my dad put a basketball in my hand, and we started training outside as soon as I was like in the second grade. And at first I hated it. I hated playing basketball, but if it wasn't for my dad really pushing me, then I wouldn't, love the game right now. So I was super young, going to North Hills. Second grade, third grade, that's when I started playing basketball. And it wasn't until we entered the BMP. So the BMP is actually my family church's group that we were part of. And when you're part of like a church group or a Catholic Christian group, there's a lot of competitions. Like, it was called Sports Fest. And so we competed at Sports Fest, and I was like the only girl on the team. And I honestly did not like it at first, but I just kept going, kept playing. After that, my dad continuously enrolled me into basketball camps. And I remember this was called NJB, National Junior Basketball. It was National Junior Basketball League. I was in like third or fourth grade, and it was my very, very, very first, basketball camp and clinic. And I did not know what to expect. And so I go to the clinic, and I thought it was only going to be an hour, couple hours, but that was 2 hours. That was like all day. It wasn't 2 hours. That was all day from like 9 to 5, 9 to 3, something like that. And I was just so tired after the first day. And it was a week long of just training. And at that time, I did not like basketball. But like I said, if it wasn't for my dad to put me into that camp, I would not, be able to inspire the young woman in my life right now. But so I go to the camp, and, we're just, I guess I wasn't not in, that good of a shape just yet. I was always the last one. I was struggling. My ball handling wasn't there. I didn't really know how to shoot. And so I just continuously go. I go home, and I just knock out straight on the couch. But after that, I tried out for the basketball team, and that was like in fifth grade now. And, like I said, it wasn't until like eighth grade high school where I really took it seriously. And, me playing basketball, that really taught me about a lot about like the competitive edge that I really had. Because at first I didn't. And so after I was playing basketball, and I also tried out for soccer. Soccer didn't really work out for me either. I really didn't enjoy it. It was just a lot of running, but I was super quick. And so I play for my middle school team, and as well as my mom enrolling me into playing piano. So I am in piano lessons as well. So I was literally a jack of all trades. And that just makes me realize I did a lot during my childhood. I played piano, I played basketball, I did soccer, I did swimming. So I also had a lot of I went to swimming lessons with my cousin Jurianne. And, that is just, basically my childhood. I was very, active in a lot of sports and a lot of events at the school at North Hills. And, as a kid, what my parents did was they did rainbow. And a lot of people really don't know what I do. They keep just seeing my post and they see me coach. But in reality, um, uh, I do rainbow full time now. But to talk about like what my parents do, they own a business. Basically, it's called Rainbow. It's an air purifier, and it's a multi-purpose cleaning system. And they've been doing it ever since I was in like 6 or 7 years old, and they have been doing it ever since we were back in the Bay. So I live in Los Angeles now. So when I was a kid, I remember, just traveling all the time, and my parents would always, throw parties, and we would have like main events, and that's when, we would have meetings at the office once a week, and a lot of, new people come and they get their checks, but it wasn't just a regular business meeting. It was like a party, and I would, just hang out with a lot of my rainbow friends, would be like the kids of my parents' dealers, and it would just be super fun. And but yeah, that's what they do. They do direct sales, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be here in Los Angeles right now, because that's the reason why we moved to LA, is so that we could expand more, because LA, there's a lot of opportunity out here. So eighth grade year, my dad tells me, or me going into eighth grade the summer before that, we're moving. And so I move, and so I am super sad because I leave all my friends. It was going to be my last year playing basketball in middle school. And quick fact, I actually didn't play basketball in eighth grade when I transferred here to LA. My love for the game wasn't really just there anymore. I decided to do decathlon instead. But anyways, yeah, and back in 2008, so we moved to LA, and I was super sad, super devastated, because I leave all my friends that I've made, and I decided to move, or when my parents decided to move to Los Angeles. And after moving to LA, it was so sad for me because I had to make new friends, and it's tough when you move to a new place, right? Especially when you're young. I'm still working on my social skills, and I just decided to not play for my eighth grade year. I do decathlon, and mind you guys, when we lived in the Bay Area, we had a big house, it was like a mansion. We had a pool table. There was a basketball court there too. And so going from a big house to like sizing down, and when we moved to LA, we lived in an apartment. And I was like, am I still gonna get the same lifestyle that I had as a kid? But it was hard for me to understand that, because my parents still provided for me, really a good life, even though we just lived in an apartment. I didn't understand what was going on. And so 8th grade year, I graduated from Holy Family in Glendale, made a ton of great friends. I still talk to a few, but after that, I go to high school at Providence High in Burbank. And so that is when the love of the game started for me. So I try out at Providence High, and it was either Providence High or Bell Jeff. At that time, Bell Jeff was super, super, super good at hoop. And I just wasn't there yet at that skill level. And so I go to Providence, love it, and I decide to try out for the basketball team. I make it, but I make it on the Frosh Soft. I make the Frosh Soft team. I did not make JV. I did not make varsity. And, that was okay because I got as much playing time as I could playing on the Frosh Soft team. Although my friends that I had, my friend Bea and Janelle, they already made it to the varsity team, I think, at that time, or JV. And I kind of was like, dang, like I wish I was like that, on the same team as them. But it was okay because it all worked out. I excelled playing on the Frosh team. And my sophomore year, I decided to play again. So I try out, and I made it on the JV team. So it wasn't until my junior and senior year I was playing on varsity. And my journey, you guys, that's why I always say to kids that I train, is that if you are playing right now, if you are young, if you are playing, you are at an advantage because you have so much time to improve. For me, I wasn't really, I didn't know. I basically trained on my own, right? And so if it wasn't for me or my dad like coaching me, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So those of you guys who are at the gym, or if you're able to train, in the mornings, if your parents are pushing you more, then you are blessed. You are blessed to be in a great spot. So try out for the basketball team. And it, like I said, it wasn't until I was a freshman in high school where I truly, truly, truly loved the game. And, I appreciate my parents. They were always there for me. They never missed a game. And it was cool because our office was just down the street. And so our office was down the street from my high school. And so my parents would never miss a game at all. And it was so awesome because, I just felt that support. And I feel like that's the reason why I just keep going now, because, my parents and my family, they support me so much. And family support means a lot, you guys. And if you have an opportunity to support a family member, go and do it, because you never know how much that can impact them. And until this day, I will never forget. And I even tell my kids, in the future, like, my parents never missed a game. Basically, they would, make sure that their meetings revolved around my games, because it means a lot when people are there at the stands, cheering you on. And if it wasn't for them, believing in me, then I wouldn't be, the person I am today. And so I try out, and I had a successful junior senior year, but I do feel like I could have done way better. I mean, well, I did give it my all. Obviously at that time there's so much things running in your head where it's like, dang, like I should get more playing time and all that. But it is what it is. Junior senior year, I played for a Balboa club team, and I had a coach, not gonna name their name, tell me I'm not gonna play in college. And that was my ultimate dream, you guys. Like, I'd literally be in the classroom writing down like WNBA, like that's my dream, and play overseas and become professional basketball player. That was my dream, or to just play in college, right? And so to hear that, oh, I'm not gonna make it on a team, and coming from a coach, your actual coach, that hurts. And so I never let that stop me. So that was my senior year. And, going into college, I didn't have no offers. Nobody wanted me. Back then, like, you couldn't really make like a highlight tape as easy as you could now. Like, you could just, make one with your phone right now, but back then, we didn't have, those features. And so I literally had to start from the bottom. I tried out at multiple colleges, IVC. I tried out at I totally forgot what that school was at. I tried out at a lot of schools, community colleges, D2s, D3s, Occidental, and I guess it was meant to be because I didn't make the team. And so I go to Concordia, and my freshman year, no offers, none of that. And so I decide to try out for the team because I'm like, no, there's no way I'm going to go to college and not play basketball. So what I do, I try out for the team, make the practice team my freshman year. Toward the end, that's when I make the roster. So I'm officially on the roster my sophomore, junior, senior year. And it was difficult. It was really hard because, like I said, I didn't get that much training, as a young kid. So I'm literally using all my high school years for catch up. So I decide to, I still make the teams sophomore, junior, senior year. And obviously, a lot of people can say that they like their high school career more than their college, and I can vouch for that because I honestly do think that I've excelled more during my high school years rather than college, because college was hard for me and I wasn't able to really express myself as a hooper because a lot of people don't know this. I would literally go to practice and I have so much anxiety. I would literally be overthinking things. Like I would be scared to mess up because I wouldn't want the team to to pay for it if I messed up. But that's when I had to grow and learn and truly understand that it's like I needed to be confident in myself. And me during in college, I wasn't confident on the court. I was not. I was super scared, super timid, and that was me for 4 years because I'm facing girls who are way bigger than me, way stronger than me. And it's okay for me to admit that now because it's like for 4 years, I can say that I suffered mentally. It truly messed me up. And, it's okay now because I look back and it's like, wow, like if I could just tell myself, have a little bit more confidence in yourself, right? Because playing college basketball, that is tough. I did it because I wanted to prove to myself that I could achieve my goal and dream. But, I did it, and it was hard. It was, physically, mentally, emotionally tough on you as a player, especially as a woman, because going through all these emotions and your body is just beat up. But I would not trade my journey for anything at all because I look back at it now and it's like it's literally made me who I am today. Imagine, like, I'm the smallest one on the court. I'm facing these D1 bounce backs who are on my team, meaning to say they came from a Division I school. They go on my team, and I'm going in at them during practice. And like I said, for me, I didn't have that much, training as a young kid. So I was all playing catch up right after. And so, going to practice, every single day at college, there are some days that I'd have fun, some days where I just didn't want to be there, but I just genuinely loved the game. I loved it so much that, like, whatever it took, I would still be present. Obviously, like, that's what I have to, that's what I wanted to relate to people. If you're living your dream, right, there is going to be times where you don't even want to show up, but it's the times that you show up when you don't want to. Those are the moments where you're going to be successful. And so I play in college, and, you know, my senior year, I tear my ACL just playing pickup, and it was so devastating. And for me, I'm very much of an optimist, and I decide to, use that as a red shirt year. Eventually, I don't use it because I did not pursue my master's, or I did not pursue grad school or anything post grad. I was initially supposed to become a doctor, physical therapy doctor, but I, decided not to. So I graduate from Concordia University in Irvine. After that, I get a job at Sports Academy, and that is Mamba Sports Academy. Um, Sports Academy was Mamba Sports Academy before it was Mamba Sports Academy. Um, and I still wanted to pursue my doctorate in kinesiology and become a sports medicine doctor. And that was my goal. That was it. After graduating college, I decided to um, go and pursue becoming a doctor. Right. And if anything else fails, I did not care. I was still going to become a doctor because that's how persistent I was. So I interned at Mamba Sports Academy. I still am taking prereqs at SCU, which is a school where you can get accelerated courses in 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. So I do that. And, I am interning with Courts Corner, who got me an internship to work, with the Sparks. And she is the main athletic trainer for Mayweather. And so I got to work alongside her. And so I had an amazing resume to get into PT school. And, there are times where life just happens. I decided to just not pursue my doctorate and just to help my family because, it's a touchy subject. Because there are times in your life where, like, things just happen and you have no choice but to be strong for your family. And that's what I had to do. I'm not going to go into any detail because, if you know me, you already know, what is going on in my family and the stories that are happening. And so I decided, so this was in 2018, so a year and a half after I graduate college, I decided to do my family's business full time. And I decided to run it with my amazing mom. And little did I know I was going to do the business full time. And, now that I think about it, I feel like this was really God's plan for me to play college basketball, go through all those hardships, and really know what it feels like to basically, quote unquote, suffer. I don't know if that's the right terminology, to keep going and to overcome obstacles and hardships and heartbreaks and failures and pains, because I truly believe that has what's molded me to become who I am today. Growing up, I wasn't as confident. I wasn't as bubbly and outgoing. I was super shy. But, I really do think that God has, blessed me, with this journey that I've had, and to just inspire, because ever since I was a young kid, I was obsessed with quotes. I love motivational quotes. And I feel like I get this from my father too, because he loved quotes. And growing up, I thought my parents were motivational speakers because that's all they did. All they did was inspire and, show people love. And that's all they wanted to do. And I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be able to share my goals and aspirations with other people, to help other people in my life become better, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And this is why I also started this podcast. And, like I said, a little bit about me, I decided to pursue Rainbow full time, while at the same time still coach for AAU kids. And so 2018, I do Rainbow full time, and I am just running clinics for free for these kids that that are on my community. So my first clinic that I ran was at the YMCA in Glendale, and I had a lot of kids pull up. And that was the gym that my father, my dad, and I would always work out at. And that, growing up, he would help me get shots up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And if it wasn't for him, like I said, I would not be here. having this type of love for the game. And so that was my first clinic there, and I get asked to coach AAU. So I've coached for two amazing programs. First one was LA Pro under Jeff DeSada, and the second one was the team determined LA, and under Deshaun. Amazing programs because I have learned so much from them. I have learned so much from the kids that I coach, and it's so nice to see all those kids grow up now. And as a AAU coach, you learn a lot about the kids, but a lot about yourself. You gain a lot of patience, a lot of just understanding. You become more of a people person. You are able to deal with negativity because there's going to be times where there's always going to be issue wherever you go, right? With whether it's going to be with parents, with kids, with coaches. But I really do appreciate everybody who I have encountered during my coaching career. Who knows, I'm going to coach again, but right now my main focus is the business. And so I coach, and I recently just did I recently just finished coaching AAU. And so, like I said, I am full-time Rainbow. And last year I was actually #1 in the world for Rainbow. And so I decide to, like everything that I learned in the business was obviously, from my mom. And she is like the best coach that I've had. To see her, go through so many, ups and downs in her life, and still see her, wake up every single day with a smile on her face, and just still wants to just love people and just have them become the best that they can be. Like, I am so blessed to have a mom like that. And there's a lot of people that don't have a mom like that, but to be right there with her, right by her side, it's so amazing to just run a business with her as well. Obviously there are pros and cons to have family business, but because that is family, and you guys are dealing with a whole business entity. But at the end of the day, you guys are still family. You guys are still blood. And I want to give a shout out as well to, like, my little brother, who has always been supportive, and who is basically the light in our family as well. He's also going to do the business, and he is, he's a hustler too. He's a go-getter. But like I said, I recently just finished coaching, and I now want to utilize the things that I've learned on the court and apply it on the court. And I want to share my story to other people. People don't know that, I have gone through 2 ACL surgeries already, and it's not easy. But I feel like what makes you stand out is your mindset. It is your mentality. It's your faith. It's like what you believe in. Because if you don't stand for anything, you're going to fall for anything, basically. So surround yourself with good people. And about my journey with Rainbow, it's been amazing. I have learned a lot about myself as well, again, and nothing has been better than being able to learn how to run a business, because I now have the freedom I have the freedom of time to myself. I am able to manage my time wisely, and still have this podcast show, and still be able to inspire a lot of people. And I could not imagine myself just working for anybody else. I feel like, for me, I just want to utilize my time, my energy, my space on just bettering other people. And if I'm able to become the most, successful entrepreneur who is able to inspire a lot of people, then, my goal here is that's like my ultimate goal. I want to be successful to the point where I'm inspiring a lot of people to become their best selves. Because I have learned so much through the business. I have a lot of mentors that have helped me become who I am right now, from all over the world, right? And what's good about Rainbow is that So Rainbow is a direct sales business, but we have our own. So here in Los Angeles, my family has 4 to 5 offices, and we're sold worldwide, which is so awesome because I have a lot of friends all over the world who also sell Rainbow. I have friends from Portugal, from Puerto Rico, um, friends from New York, from Texas, from just all over the world, Georgia, Atlanta, the Philippines. And that's what's so cool about Rainbow is that we are a family. And the way the business is run is that it's just direct sales. And so it's a multi-purpose cleaning system of a machine. And it's a certified machine by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. And it's super cool because actually my brother is the reason why we got into the business. And so I do believe that, business is the way to go. It is what you make of it. You just literally just have to believe in yourself. And it is like people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so for me, I feel like it's so cool about what I do because the selling part, the machine part sells itself. For me, I'm basically just selling myself to my customers and to my people. And so I just want people in my life to be successful. I want them to be the best they can be because I believe that it's all up to you. It's if you want to be successful, go for it. If you want to make $1 million, go for it. If you want to become the best athlete out there, go for it because it's all a mindset, it's all a mentality. And every single day I want to make sure that I'm becoming better than I was before yesterday, right? Because every single day is a blessing. So I hope you guys are inspired by my story. And this is the reason I love to do what I do because you know this is social media is such an amazing platform now. And so I have upcoming guests and they're going to be business owners, they are athletes, they're just from all different types of backgrounds. And so if there's anything that somebody wants to get from this podcast, from this show, is that um, you are one. There's only one of you out there. And so you might as well make the most of it. Go to people who appreciate you. Go to people who love you. Go talk to people who will make you better, not drain your energy, because that is the last thing that you need. You need people who are going to empower you, who are going to make you a better person, right? And so make sure that every single day you guys are, um, focused on becoming your best self because there's nobody out there that can push you but you. There's nobody out there that can make your dreams come true but you. Always remember that whatever you do, good, bad, whatever, people are always going to have things to say about you. And so it's up to you if you want to be great today. It's up to you if you want to inspire and uplift somebody today because all you have to do is just believe in yourself and just know that anything is possible because there are a lot of people. I feel like the number one thing that hinders people's success is fear of failure. Fear does not exist. If you're scared of something, then you're scared of being successful. If you're scared to take risks, then you're scared to be successful. But just know that you are amazing and that if you ever need um, help in, mental health or emotional health, right? Reach out to other people because do not suffer in silence. That's the number one thing that I got from, he was actually our principal when I was back in high school. He would always say, don't suffer in silence. And so, that's what I learned as well. I'm starting to learn how to communicate better as a woman and to become a better leader because I want to be the leader that truly impacts other people in their lives, whether it be through the court, through my business, just somebody on the street. I want them to become great. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope you guys got some gems today. And I hope to see you guys on my next show. And I hope you guys, just keep being inspired. All right. Thanks. Bye.